Jimmy, so glad to be connected with you. So glad to have you here. You know, the power of 6 degrees and how we're all connected. But here on Region Manager Daily, everyone's favorite question right now: how have you reinvented your business right now?
Thanks. Well, thanks for asking. I appreciate the opportunity to be here with you. So, really, over the last 10 or 11 weeks, I spent a lot of time developing a more focused prospecting approach. Believe it or not, everybody has to prospect for their business, right? So, I've had to spend more time developing a prospecting approach, and I do that utilizing LinkedIn Sales Navigator. I've always used it some in the past, but now I've kind of focused more down on that to be able to get the information out. And then I've spent time too really focused on talking to the people that are in my networking groups and asking them the questions about how can I help you with your business? What can I do for you? Because I think that's important. People like to give, and when you do that, it'll come around to you sometime. And then the last thing that I've done really to change to that is I've done more work that I would call account management work with my existing clients. Sometimes we think it's all about finding new prospects and new clients, and that's important to grow a business, but a lot of that business can come from your existing customers. So I spend a lot of time focusing on that.
I love that. You know, you really tap into something important where it's all about, paying attention to who's already paying us, who's already, in our social circles and who's around us, and I love that servant leadership that you say, we're here to give, we're here to help out, we're here to,
Yep.
Be a resource. I know times are crazy right now, but I applaud you for that. And it's very good to hear that perspective. So as we move forward out of this, my next question for you, Jimmy, is what does that look like? How should we reinvent the way we think about sales and business development as we move out of this?
Yeah, I think given time, both sales and business development, it'll eventually return to the pre-pandemic, methods that we all used before. I think there'll be some slight changes. I think I wouldn't want to say we've learned lessons, but I think we have learned some lessons about maybe taking some of our business for granted and some of our methods for granted. I think the real exception with how it's going to change is I think video conferencing is going to become a huge part of everybody's business, not just in between, not just seller to prospect but I think more for sales management to the sales team, management to the team. I think you're going to see more and more of that. I think you'll see more people after this is over with that'll be just staying home and working. I think companies are going to recognize that as a great method to get more work really out of their salespeople. I mean, that hour and a half we would have spent driving to the office and then driving home, we can now spend actually doing business. So I think that's great.